10,000 hours. That's how long they say it takes to master a craft. I've been creating these videos for almost 2 years now. And if I think about all the time that I spend creating them, I would say probably I spend between 7 and 10 hours, at least of mental time every week. Which means if you add that up, roughly 1,000 hours worth of time. Spoiler alert, I probably won't be doing these videos the way I am now in 10 years. I might be doing some version of this, and I'd be happy if I still had a reason to do this 10 years from now, but I won't be doing them in this format 10 years from now. So last week I started talking about something which is essentially that creativity, doing these every week is really hard. Keeping it up is really difficult, and I wanted to expand on that. So I started creating these videos. I started this channel because I was afraid of how other people perceived me and afraid that I wasn't good enough. I didn't have anything to offer. And I wanted to encourage you, and I wanted to also kind of encourage myself that there's something worth giving. There's something worth trying for. And I think I've gotten to a point, at least personally, where I've internalized that. I feel like I've done a pretty decent job of building up enough confidence to create a new video every week. It may be hard, like I've said, but enough confidence where I don't feel like I'm nervous to hit that upload button. So you don't often hear about people who are doing decent work or even mediocre work. You hear about raging successes, and you hear about some flame out failures, but it's kind of self-selecting. They don't give you a stage to talk about, hey, I tried this thing, it was good, I did it for a while, and then it kind of fizzled out. It's not super interesting story to tell. Most of the time you may hear that story, but it ends with, but then this failure led to this, and then I was able to have this fantastic, amazing success, and here I am today. Sorry, I got my notes just right above the camera, and it keeps going dim, and so I can't totally see it. So I wanted to encourage you, though, maybe if you were where I was 2 years ago, where you didn't know if you had anything to offer, and then you started doing it, and maybe you haven't seen, like I said, that amazing instant success. I wanted to encourage you to keep at it, because there's a lot of growth that you can see out of it. Hang on a second. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so I was talking about just what I've learned with this, and I've learned about, I've gotten better at the music side, and I've gotten better, I think, at just talking to a camera, and the creative side of editing and creating, engaging content. And so this whole thing definitely hasn't been all for nothing. And I continue to grow. And I think that just because I haven't seen this instant amazing success doesn't mean I should stop. My fear is that if I stop doing this, I'm just going to atrophy, or I'm just going to not do anything of interest, and I'm just going to be safe, and I'm going to go, sit in front of the TV and watch TV in my free time. To be fair, I do watch a decent amount of TV, probably more than I should. What I don't want to do is basically sit back and relax and then start realizing that I'm not doing anything that matters in my life. Of course, I have a job, and I have a family, and I have kids, and those things all matter. But there are also things that I think I'm passionate about. One of them is just encouraging other people, encouraging you. And despite not having, like I said, the biggest audience, I think it's still worth it for me to do this. So I'm going to keep trying, and I'm going to encourage you to keep doing the same thing, because you will grow, and this may be the stepping stone to the next part in your life, or this might be something that turns into a great success for you. Okay, I hope you have a great week. See you next week. Bye. You ever see this room? So this is where my wife works out of. So she does hair at home, right here. She cuts hair, she colors hair. If you need that done, you should come here. Yeah, there's a little insight into, there you go, and there's where most of the videos happen. All right, hope you have a good week. See you next week. Bye.